Welcome to Fremantle Prison, a place where history, mystery, and a touch of infamy collide. Today, we're stepping inside Western Australia's World Heritage listed building to uncover its fascinating past. Built between 1852 and 1859 by convict labour, Fremantle Prison was originally known as the Convict Establishment. It served as a maximum security prison until its closure in 1991. This limestone fortress has witnessed over a century of Western Australia's history, from its convict origins to its role in housing some of the state's most notorious criminals. Today, Fremantle Prison is a must-visit tourist attraction, offering a range of tours that bring its history to life. From the eerie torchlight tour to the adventurous tunnels tour, there's something for everyone. The guides here are also really incredible storytellers, weaving tales of escape attempts, punishments, and daily life within the walls of the prison. Fremantle Prison is more than just a historic site. It's a window into the past, a place where stories of resilience, rebellion, and redemption come alive. Whether you're a history buff or just curious, this is one destination you don't want to miss. This area was the prison kitchen. This was the office where the guard would stay. This is where a lot of the cooking went on. Obviously, a lot of the material has been taken away. The prison was constructed using locally quarried limestone, a material that gives the prison its iconic pale, weathered appearance. The labour force consisted primarily of convicts who had been transported to Western Australia as part of the British penal system. These men not only built the prison but also contributed to the development of infrastructure in the region, such as roads and bridges. Fremantle Prison has housed some truly fascinating and infamous characters over its long history. These include Moondyne Joe, known as Western Australia's most famous escape artist. He was a convict who became a folk hero. He was notorious for his repeated escapes from custody, including one daring breakout from Fremantle Prison itself. Despite being placed in a specially reinforced cell, he managed to escape by using tools he'd secretly hidden. His escapades earned him a reputation as a cunning and resourceful outlaw. In 1859, a group of convicts made a desperate attempt to escape by sea. They stole a boat and embarked on a perilous journey along the Western Australian coast, pursued relentlessly by the authorities. The chase spanned 800 kilometres and ended with the capture of 4 out of 5 of the escapees. The story highlights the harsh conditions and isolation of the region, which made escape nearly impossible. Fremantle Prison also held members of the Irish Fenian Brotherhood, who were political prisoners fighting for Ireland's independence. One of the most famous incidents involving the Fenians was the daring escape of 6 prisoners in 1876, orchestrated by their supporters using the American whaling ship Catalpa. This event celebrated as a remarkable tale of ingenuity and solidarity. The last person to be executed by hanging at Fremantle Prison was Eric Edgar Cook, a notorious serial killer also known as the Nightcaller or the Netherlands Monster. He was hanged on October the 26th, 1964 after being convicted of willful murder. Cook's crimes terrorised Perth for years, and his execution marked the end of capital punishment at Fremantle Prison. In fact, he was the last person to be executed in Western Australia, as the state abolished the death penalty in 1984. Cook's story is both chilling and tragic, reflecting a dark chapter in the region's history. Fremantle Prison has seen its fair share of daring and ingenious escape attempts over the years. Here are some of the most notable ones. The Catalpa escape in 1876 is perhaps the most famous escape in Fremantle Prison's history. 6 Irish Fenian prisoners, political activists fighting for Ireland's independence, were smuggled out of the prison with the help of supporters. The escape was orchestrated using the American whaling ship Catalpa, which had sailed all the way from the United States. The prisoners were rowed out to the ship under the cover of the darkness, evading British authorities in a dramatic and well-planned operation. The Postcard Bandit, 1989. Brendan Abbott, known as the Postcard Bandit, executed a meticulously planned escape from Fremantle Prison. Using his skills as a tailor, he and his accomplice created fake prison guard uniforms and managed to break out. The story is legendary, though the postcard aspect is more a myth than reality. Also, the 1972 electronics escape. This audacious escape involved 3 prisoners who used their technical skills to tap into the prison's telephone system. They made prank calls and even convinced authorities to grant them access to a cell on the top floor. From there, they broke through the ceiling and roof, escaping into the night despite being in full view of armed guards. These stories highlight the ingenuity and determination of those who tried to break free from Fremantle Prison's walls. Each escape attempt adds a layer of intrigue to the prison's history. Fremantle Prison is home to a remarkable collection of prisoner art, offering a unique glimpse into the lives and emotions of those who were incarcerated there. The artworks include murals, graffiti and sketches found on cell walls, yard walls and even in the chapels. Much of this art was created during the final decades of the prison's operation, reflecting the prisoners' need for expression and creativity in a harsh environment. One of the most notable pieces, as you see here, is a mural that wraps around the 4 walls of a cell, painted by an unnamed inmate in 1988. The artwork features landscapes and floral designs. It's a rare example of fully immersive mural within a prison cell. Efforts are underway to preserve such works as time and environmental factors have caused many of them to deteriorate. The 1988 Fremantle Prison riot was one of the most dramatic events in the prison's history. It occurred on January 4th, 1988 and was sparked by tensions over poor living conditions and alleged mistreatment of prisoners. The riot began in Division 3, where prisoners attacked guards with boiling water, took 5 officers hostage and started fires that caused significant damage to the prison. The chaos lasted for 19 hours, during which prisoners used makeshift weapons and set parts of the prison on fire, including the roof, which caught fire due to the 130-year-old Jarrah beams. The riot caused approximately $2 million in damage, and scorch marks from the fires can still be seen in some areas of the prison today. Interestingly, the riot was reportedly staged as a diversion for a planned escape attempt, but the chaos ultimately prevented the escape from taking place. The event highlighted the outdated and inhumane conditions of the prison, such as the lack of flushing toilets and extreme temperatures, which contributed to the unrest. This incident was a turning point that led to the prison's closure just 3 years later. The riot remains a key part of Fremantle Prison's history and is often discussed during tours, adding a layer of drama and intrigue to the site's narrative. The 12 ringleaders for the prison riot in 1988 were all held in solitary confinement, and the guards noticed that they were putting on weight. They were held in these cells on the right that you can see here. And it worked out that they'd been getting snacks passed through the windows to them. And so, as a result, they ended up having to put these metal grates on the outside of the windows to stop people being able to pass food to them. The hunger strike soon ended, and the prisoners sat out the remainder of their time in solitary.
Shame like a show, running from the demons, feeling so alone. But the light in my heart is calling me home. I know redemption's near, just gotta believe in grace and mercy. I will finally breathe. Gonna find my way with the Trinity God, shattering these chains that I've worn with pride.
The prison's construction was a monumental task, requiring meticulous planning and execution. The use of limestone, while abundant, posed challenges due to its weight and the manual labour required to quarry and transport it. Despite these difficulties, the prison was completed and became a cornerstone of Fremantle's colonial history.
Sitting down by the river, thought I had it made, counting all my sins, watching dreams start to fade. Whiskey in the jar, heart heavy with lies, chasing shadows in the night where the truth often dies. But in the darkness, I can hear a voice, the Father, Son, and Spirit, my only choice. Gonna find my way with the Trinity God, shattering these chains that I've worn with pride. Georgia blues
I mentioned earlier the infamous postcard bandit, Brendan Abbott, one of Fremantle Prison's most notorious escapees. He earned the nickname due to a myth that he taunted police by sending him postcards while on the run, though in reality the photos were sent to his family and later leaked to the media. In 1989, Abbott orchestrated a daring escape from Fremantle Prison. Using his skills as a tailor, he and an accomplice crafted fake prison guard uniforms. On November the 24th, dressed in a disguise, Abbott cut through the bars in the workshop, accessed the guard's walkway, and made his way across the rooftop to freedom. The escape was meticulously planned and executed without violence. Abbott's intelligence and resourcefulness made him a legend in the criminal world. He was also known for his elaborate bank heists, where he used disguises and technology to outsmart security system. His story even inspired a film, The Postcard Bandit. These stairs led up to the prison hospital, at the top of the stairs on the left, and also the prison's water supply on the right hand side. There's the hospital, another view of it. This structure here is the water tanks. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Fremantle Prison. And don't forget, if you get the chance, could you like, add a comment, share this video, or subscribe for more of our travel experiences. Thanks very much for watching.